You are listening to the Get Global Network podcast of the Ask Avani Show. You can hear the show live on Saturdays at 3 p.m. in London, 9 a.m. Central Time in the U.S. on SoMetro Radio, one of the original member stations of the Get Global Network.
You wanna love me, girl? Don't be afraid. I won't have to look no further.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody. This is the Ask Avani Show. Today, Saturday afternoon, UK, just after the hour 3 p.m. in the UK, I would love to welcome this program director of the Ask Avani Show on SoMetro Radio, Kay Rose. Hello, Kay Rose.
Good morning, good afternoon, Avani.
Oh boy, it's been a week. And I hope you guys are ready to have a little bit of fun today, because today's show topic is something that's been tickling me for a while. It's very amusing. So I'm going to tell you what it is. I know you guys have been seeing the posts, and I know I've had some people asking me, what is this week's show topic? So I will put you out of your misery now. It is the church and society keeping women single? Now, I had to ask you, Kay Rose. Obviously, you're off the market. So in that sense, you don't really mind. But do you think that it is society and the church? Because it's very interesting to me how many people do go to church looking for a mate.
So that has not changed over the years. Mm-hmm. Many people have that thought process, which is kind of interesting to me. But ask me your question again.
So what I want to know is, I've posted some amusing things on social media because it made me laugh. And because somebody mentioned something, I think it was last week or something, I saw something on it was about the weather, and it just triggered my mind about, do you know that song by the Weather Girls, It's Raining Men?
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. But then, when I was looking for that, I found another one, which I hadn't heard from them before, which is called Dear Santa, Bring Me a Man This Christmas. And I just fell about in fits. And I thought, oh no, I have to put that in today's show. Because it just made me laugh. Because they are, obviously the Weather Girls, they always used to sing these kind of songs about men all the time. They seem to be a bit man crazy. But it just made me laugh. And I just thought, oh my God, can you imagine? Maybe there is someone out there. Because apparently, I must ask you this, I don't know if this is the same in the US, but over here in the UK, if you're not either got someone who's about to pull you down the aisle or wanting to go down the aisle, then there's something wrong with you. If you're not ready to do that by sort of like late 20s, early 30s for women. I mean, for the men, most guys I know are running in the opposite direction. So it's always a problem. It's like, okay, well, she wants to get married. No, I don't want to do that. And she's just sort of like waiting and hedging her bets and trying to hint it and trying to get the man to do it. And I'm just curious, does that sort of mindset apply in the US and anywhere else?
Well, I don't think it's that. I think people think that.
Okay.
I don't think it is something that has to be. But I do have the people in the United States. It's not as prevalent as it was when I was younger.
Okay.
When I was 25, 30 years old, if there was a single person and they were 30 and 40 and they were single, it was just one of two thoughts about them. And at that time, being a part of the gay community was a negative thing as far as the way people thought about things. I didn't care one way or the other, but they were like, okay, that person's either a lesbian or gay,
sounds wrong,
or they're just crazy.
Right, because they don't want to get married.
The basics. They would either think that there was something wrong with that person because everybody is supposed to be married by. And then you put whatever you want to behind that as an
That's
age.
right. And listen, I have to tell you this. It's going to make you laugh. I have had, marriage proposals of sorts. That's all I'm going to say. Because as far as I was concerned, one, I wasn't taking no notice of them. Two, I'm thinking, if you knew me anyhow, you would not be asking me that. Because I'm thinking, hold on a second. And the way they're doing it is so roundabout. It's almost like a hypothetical question. So would you want to get married? Or you get the other one who's sort of looking at you but saying, yeah, I want to be married by the time I'm 30. But they're not looking at you. They're sort of looking around the room, but they're sort of standing in front of you as they say it. And then they want to, because like they want to see what you're going to say, because they don't want to sort of ask you properly. Because I'm looking at them, I'm like, you don't even know how to ask me properly. If you're going to ask me, then let me tell you. But I'm thinking you should know me well enough by now to know that I ain't in no rush for that marriage in business. See, that's how I think. But don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-marriage. I must put that out there. You know, I feel that you should be happy in yourself, because if you were miserable, no one ain't going to want to be with you anyway, whether it's to be your partner or to be married. It's just, they just ain't going to want to know. You know, so I think that some people need to just learn to love themselves first before they want to be imposing themselves almost on someone else.
Well, but people are going to ask, how long does it take you to learn to love yourself?
Oh, Lord.
Because you put that out there. You put it out there as...
Okay,
so,
well...
But I think it's funny because I don't think it's a point to where you should learn to love yourself. I think you should get to the point where you are comfortable loving somebody else 24/7.
Yeah, but you see, you got to love yourself first, because if you got them sort of, you know, insecurity issues and all this type of thing, don't you find that that's going to cause problems in a relationship? Because say you're a little bit insecure, and if you so much as catch your partner looking somewhere, they ain't even looking like noticeably looking, they're not consciously looking, but if you see their eyesight going somewhere else, you might start, you know, it can start little things like that can start arguments, you know.
Well, but
walking down the street,
my thing about it is you have to learn to love yourself for any situation. It doesn't involve being in a relationship. I think everyone just should learn to love themselves, period.
Well, yeah. And then about the marriage in business.
Exactly. And then everything else comes after that, which could be then you'll get the job you want, then you'll live where you want, then you'll da-da-da-da-da. But
confidence to go for it.
And so if you learn, I think that's me. That's a given. It should be a given. Learn to love yourself from the time you're a little person all the way up to the adulthood.
Yeah, but if you haven't had the role models to help you see now, then people get messed up. And that can carry on because it perpetuates. It's like, okay, it's a cycle, isn't it? If your life was a bit messed up and you didn't manage to nip that in the bud, then as you get older, you may not realizing, but you may, you know, put that onto your kids and so on and so forth. I mean, I have to share this link, number one, because okay, you tell me what you think of this, K-Rose. More and more women are getting married to themselves. I'll say it again. To themselves. Now, is that... Hello?
But, you know, and that's something where you're taking what the world considers to be happiness and you're going too far. The world, I guess, considers you being married being happy, so you have to make it formal.
Yes, but the thing is, this article, when I read it, it made me laugh because, you see, I think with these women, the reason why they said, look, I can't find nobody. I've been single for a while and I still can't find nobody. So I think I'm going to have to realize that maybe I am the one for me kind of thing. And I thought, okay, what is even the point of that? How can you marry yourself? I mean, does that even make sense?
Well, but that's what I mean. I mean, you're doing something. You can't go down and get a marriage license to marry yourself. I mean,
no. I said, oh, God. But then how have they made it legally? Because they put on the dress. They went to the ceremony. They had their friends and the people, but there was no groom. They stood at the altar.
Well, but you can have a ceremony for anything, right? You can have a birthday party and have a birthday ceremony, but it's not legally recognized by the government.
Yeah, but what happens when someone turns around and says, oh, so I see you have a wedding ring on. So where's your husband? Oh, I'm not married. So why you got a ring on then? And then it all comes tumbling out. And they're just going to be looking at her thinking like, okay, you're just crazy.
But that's just really, to me, there are certain levels of the mental makeup of the world that I don't understand. And there are things that I don't understand. Really, I don't. I'm just putting it out. I don't understand. So I'll leave it to where, as long as they're not harming anyone,
okay,
and their family is okay with it, and, you know, as long as they're not talking to their partner in a third person, well, you know, hey, honey, do you want to do X, and then answering themselves. I'm okay with it.
Oh, that is hilarious. I didn't even think of that. But I'm not being funny. When I saw it, I read the article, I was killing myself laughing. I just thought, okay, how can you classify it as getting married to yourself? I would rather just say, you know what, I'm single and I'm cool with that right now, and that's fine. And it's no big deal, and I'm not looking either way. I ain't worried. It's cool. But I would not go to this extreme of actually putting on a wedding dress and taking myself into some venue and declaring that I've married myself.
Well, don't you think that is part of trying to be part of what everybody else is and part of what society accepts, so that you have to you marry yourself, or you have yourself as your own life partner?
Yeah, that's fine. But you wouldn't say I would marry myself, because how can you marry yourself? Because she had on the dress. I saw the pictures. Come on now, you got to look at this. I saw the dress. She had a cake. She cut the cake by herself. She had the veil. You were looking around for the groom, and then you realize, because the headline is telling you, no. She, as far as she's concerned, is committing to herself. So that means she can't find no one else. And that's fine if you can't find no one else, but why would you want to go through that ceremony of saying, I'm marrying myself? I just don't get that.
It's just, there are things, like I said, I don't understand. There are people that are excessive compulsive personalities, and they have to have things lined up or certain things like that. So I accept them as being part of the society. And this person or persons or whoever they are, there was a movie about a man that, married his iPhone or something or whatever. Or married a computer thing or whatever it was. But there are people that marry inanimate objects like cars and...
Oh, listen, talk about people that marrying other things. Link 2, K-Rose, you just brought me neatly in. People, look here, you have to go onto the Ask Avani Show page on Twitter, because we have posted these links. I have to share this with you today. A woman over here in the UK, I might add, has married her dog in a romantic ceremony. See now, I knew I'd get you.
Well, that has so many connotations to it. It's that borders on disturbing for me.
No. I ain't even got to disturbing for you. Remember, I said to you, link 3. Now that's disturbing. It's bad enough that she married her dog. Okay, look what it says. She is totally her dog's dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Female dog. I don't need to swear, because we are going to...
Well, it's posted. They're posted out there. People can go out there and look at the video. We're not just creating this out of thin air.
See, this is why I love this show, because, people might think, what is she talking about? And if I didn't have the links there for us to post it, they would think, she's making it all up. But no, people, this has been in the news. Okay, this has been headlines. I have found this on the internet, and I have taken it for you to share in the craziness. When I said I wanted to talk about these things, these are some of those articles I was coming across, and I just thought, oh my God. And she went on TV. Okay, she went on one of our UK popular morning programs, and she told them this, and they must have been looking at her thinking, like, this woman is just, she's away with the fairies.
Wait a minute, say that one more time.
She's away with the fairies.
She's away with the fairies. That is definitely not a US term. Okay.
She's away with the fairies, as if she's a bit cuckoo, right?
Exactly.
And they must have thought, Kenya from Real Housewives of Atlanta used to say, "Gone with the wind, fabulous." She's crazy, isn't it? So this one is bordering on that. How are you going to go? Okay, you've married your dog. That's bad enough, right? And then you're actually going to take yourself on national TV, UK national TV. You are going to go and sit there and tell them that you are your dog's female dog. In all seriousness, she sat there with a straight face. I'm telling you, I don't know how they sat there and kept a straight face. Because I know I wouldn't.
But they did it for TV. It makes good TV to have her on talking, and other people will tune in because of the sensational headline. So it makes for good TV. And good TV, to me, doesn't necessarily have to be logical. I talk to you about that all the time. You live in this logical space that a lot of people don't live in. And this person definitely doesn't live in a logical space.
When I research for the show, K-Rose, I have to tell you, it is so much fun for me because there are things that I see that will have me laughing. I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm looking at that and I'm just thinking, no, that's just priceless. I have to put that in. Even as you say, TV does not have to be, or radio does not have